Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Yeah. I want to remind you about the assignment. I think I have received assignment from everyone from MTech. What is the total count in MTech? 16?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I have received everyone's assignment from MTech, but from MSc, I have received only 35 submissions so far. So whoever has not yet submitted, please do submit as early as possible. So one thing is like assignment reminder, you try to submit it as soon as possible. And for MTech, as we discussed, we will have our internal exam on 9th and 10th. So 9th is lab and 10th is theory exam. So is it correct, right? Whatever I'm telling?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So MSc still they have to give me the dates. Yeah. Any questions? Anything you want to ask me? So make sure you like keep ready your records, everything. There is a format, right? Like first page, something like you will have the format of your record, with certificate, some front page, all those things you can keep it ready and then add all the programs which you are trying to solve along with the outputs. That's enough.
Sir, we haven't received any formats.
Okay, I can just show you maybe some format which I have, I think old format. Let me check. I just show all one maybe. Yeah. So first semester, you did not submit any records?
Sir, we have submitted C++ assignment we have submitted.
Okay. So, okay.
Not any lab or practical.
Okay. No, this is nothing. I'll just show you an example. 1 second. I'll just share my screen. I hope you can see my screen. So, yeah, it's just this format only, nothing, just university logo and what is the lab name code. Maybe I can send you some copy which I have. I'll just post it in the classroom. Okay. Just name, registration number, batch, and there is a certificate copy that it is done by you. This format, and then this will be your exam date basically. When is the exam? Very fixed start date. I'll send you this format, and this index is based on your how many program we have tried actually basically. So I think that is also not updated by people. Let me see. Where do I have? I think Java. Yeah. Oops. Yeah. So many people have tried at least 7 programs. Few did not update. So here also only 25 I'm seeing, like whoever have given, like I think 1 second. I'll just try to filter all the MTech. Oh. I think everybody's name is there from MTech. Uh, 14 are there, but still some are missing. At MSc, some are not yet submitted. So, like, make sure you keep ready with everything so that you don't have to work at. Oops, I just cleared everything. Sorry. So that you don't have to prepare it again. Okay. So make sure you keep ready of these records. If you want, I can share this link also again. Okay, I think that's it. And then we'll go directly to the concept where we left. Okay. Yeah. Okay, here. Someone that's text. Our numbers texted. I'll just go to here. We were seeing this AWT concept, abstract window toolkit, where we can create a window with a frame, and then we can add list of components like buttons, list, and then make radio buttons, checkbox by using various classes. So that depends on which class we want to import, and then we can create. So here, various classes are available for each of the component. Like simple example will be label for label class, button for button class, the text area, text field, those things. And I think we saw till choice, choice not list, sorry. So where we can see a list of element with a little scroll bar option. So it will just show you the item list. But in case of choice, we will have a drop down. A drop down will show you the list of items. So you can add this into your frame. Somebody's messaging? Yeah, sure. I'll just start recording. I just found that I couldn't find where is the recording for C++. I was just searching. Somebody messaged, I think Babu messaged and asked. Bablu, sorry.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. I was searching, but I couldn't find where it. I'll have to look, I think, each video. I'll find and then let you know.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. It's still starting. Let it start. So this is what we were seeing in last class. I hope it does not get started. Okay, let it be. Will it record, or when it start only it will record? I'm not sure though. Some people will be removed from the meeting due to technical. Why? I don't know why Aksha will be removed. It is the link. Was she's still here? She did not log in from. Let me start again. I don't know why it stopped. Let it start. Okay, let's go here. We saw this choice example where drop down and the other one is based on scrolling type. So the another like class which we can use in the AWT window is canvas. Canvas is like normal painting brush, those things. So we can use this canvas class to create a frame in the abstract window, and then we can create shapes, size, with colors, all those things. Basically, it will create a canvas. So we have to like. So this is a usual one to create a class name, and we are creating a constructor for the class and frame the frame element, and we are giving canvas example for the frame name. So it will show here canvas example, and then we are adding the frame to this canvas basically. So canvas is being added to the frame, and layout null, and then size and visibility true. Just call this one, and it will be displayed because this is the main one. And here we are creating the class which extends the original canvas class. We have to define here all the properties. Like, let's go here first, and then I will explain again. This class will see first. So this is the original canvas class. We are extending the class to create our own class, which is called my canvas. So all these things are already in the canvas class. So we can redefine or change parameters, all those things. So what we are doing is my canvas constructor. This is a function which is there. Set color, set background, and color dot which color you want to give. You can give any color so that the background color will be set. And set size is the size of this canvas size, that gray area basically. And another one function which is called paint. We saw this paint function also in applet class. So there also the same paint function works. So here this is derived from canvas. So canvas has a paint, and it is a type of object G, which is graphic type, and G dot set color. Since this is graphics object, so set color is one. Then color dot red for color specification, and what we want to fill this object with. Like this is the object. We give fill oval, fill circle, fill square. So many shapes are there. Triangle. So then your dimension, like start portion, and then end portion like x coordinate, and then the width. So if you give, I think there is no circle, only oval is there. If you give the size 75, then you will get a perfect circle. Otherwise, you will get oval because 150, 75. So you are getting this oval shape. We will see here. This is the class, like our class which we have created, and this is the class extended from this my canvas. And this my canvas only we are adding here basically into this frame. And what we are calling here is just this public, this one, doing the constructor. So basically this class is being like initiated or added into the frame here. And that frame is used here. And then you can, if you want, you can add other options also. Like if you want to add any button, you have to export or like import the button option. All these things we can add and then create buttons inside this canvas also. That is also possible basically. But the thing is, you have to define your space where it should be, like where you want the button to be or where you want the options to be or label to be. Maybe you can create some image here and then create a label for that image. That can be one of your exercise for this canvas class or using canvas class as well as from AWT. Any questions, any doubts? And this is like basically derived from these two. You don't have to do this until you do this. So it doesn't matter. Like most of the things are basically like the same concept. The usual things will be classes, frames, and adding the frame. See here, there is no element. That's why we are not adding any elements here. Otherwise, we will be like frame dot add, like add button or add will be there. Then we'll give the button object like to the frame basically. Maybe one exercise you can do, maybe like two programs you can try, like create one little window, abstract window toolkit, where you can have multiple menu options and then give a DNA sequence in a text field and then calculate some parameters like identify the presence of some region, like say restriction site is present or not. So usually this is just for a visual thing, but whatever you did in Java previously, the same things can be used inside any function, and then the function can be called, and then that value or that output can be displayed as label or text. Next one we'll see this scroll bar. So scroll bar is like, as the name suggests, it will display a scroll bar option here. Or you can use the scroll bar class basically here. So here is this one. This is the class, scroll bar class, which is based on component as well as adjustable and accessible class. That can be just added if you want to add scroll bar to your frame. and it depends on what size you want to give. So usual one is like the same class we are creating constructor and then frame object which we are giving the scroll bar example and object for that scroll bar class and set bounds that where it should start all those things like xy coordinates and then height and width. And this is what I said like frame dot add. We'll add that to that frame basically. And size of the frame layout is null and visibility true. Then just we can call. So here we set 100. So 100 from x, 100 from y, and 50 no. So 100 is this one and 50 is this one. So width and height. So that's how it created a simple scroll bar in your window. Like maybe you can create something which is meaningful, not just this just alone this scroll bar. Maybe you can try one scroll bar or two scroll bar you can try. Let's see how it works. And here we are using the scroll bar to see how we can use in a meaningful way basically. Here if you see this is if you scroll it will tell you the value basically like where you present within the scroll bar region. Okay, so what do we do here is like we are creating scroll bar example class and this basically our constructor and this main one we are just calling here, nothing else here. The full part completely which is here only. One frame object for the frame and then we are giving the frame title. Then final is a keyword which is used for something which can't be changed. So like we are creating a label class basically and the object called label. So L is for the class and small l is for the object. And labels where it present, the label should be present in the center element. So set element is one of the function which is present in label class and size of the label. And another object is for the scroll bar that is S. And we are setting the boundaries for S. S for dot set bounds will give you where it should be present and what should be the size in the sense height and width, and add everything to the frame. So after add S in the sense it will add the scroll bar. After add label will add you the label. Then size of it. Then layout default parameter that is null and visibility is true. So here we want to know where if we move the scroll bar, it should tell us the exact position of the cursor or that scroll bar actually. So what we are doing is like we are using a class which is called adjustment listener. So we have different classes. One is if you see adjustment listener is one class and it has a function which is adjustment listener, which will like it's kind of a constructor you can tell. So that can be used along with this scroll bar object. And what we are doing is like we are using another function which is add adjustment listener to this object basically. And new adjustment listener. This is our function. So this will listen or in the sense like it can identify where the exact position is. So this is the class basically. And we are adding that class object into S. And here we just using the adjustment event object E and then just getting the value basically. This will catch it basically like how throw and catch works similar way. Whatever the event is happening in the sense here the event is just scrolling. So E will have the value. So then since we have linked or added that to S, so we can use S dot get value. So this will display as the value. So let's see how this works. If we change any values, how this works, we'll see. What is our main class name? Scroll bar example. Okay. example.java. Here it is 10.4.0. If I move it here, it just moves along the way. Since this is extra, so I can't move up to that. If I want to change, I have to change the boundary for S. So 50 to 100 I kept, right? So 50, I don't want 50, I'll just keep it 10, 20 maybe, and then 1000, let's see. So, but I think this will exceed the frame, so let's keep it 300 maybe. 350, let me keep. Save. Yeah, automatic. Okay. Okay. The total frame size is 400 by 400, right? So 400, and I'm starting from 100. So 100 is last here again. So it will just starting from 100. So that's why it can go up to, I can't scroll below. This value is like going beyond somewhere. How much I did? This is 30 by 90, up to 90. Okay. I'll keep it 10, and then bones I have to change. This I'll keep 1000 maybe. Let's see. Let's see how this one works. Okay, this is my frame size, that is 1000, but what I did, I think I set so that length only 500. Yeah, starting position I give 500. That's it. I'll give 0x and 0y. Save, let's see. Oh, it's not even visible now. I should change again to some value maybe. Okay. Yeah, 10, 10, I'll keep this one. Yes, I'll give 20. Let's see how this one works. Right, came. So, and I don't know why it is not going above after 100. Like till 100 only is the limit, or what? This is 6. Or somebody's messaging.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Is it counting the space taken by the arrows as well?
Yeah, it is taking that scroll bar also. This is 10 basically. So here it is starting, right? So this is 90 basically, and rest 10 is 100. So if you go here, you can see that top it is reaching 0, right? So it means it is starting from 0. Like the whole bar is length is 10. So if you move, you can see it will go till 90 because this point is 90 and 10 is here. So I think up to 100 is possible. Or what? 10, 10, okay, 10 space. Okay, extend. Okay.
So it must be in percent.
You're telling no, it's just size basically. Which one you're telling percentage?
Like the scroll has moved 90% till the end.
No. Oh, it's not 90%. It's just 90 value. Okay, that could be possible also. Let's see. I just did something. But again, I gave it 350, right? So okay. Yeah, I just gave an extra space. It can go up to, I think, 100 is the limit, I guess. Stop going afterwards. And if I keep more, label sort size. I just keep bounds. Okay, this is the boundary, yeah. Not sure, but I guess that's the range. Any example, anything they have given? Because the boundary is up to 100 is showing. Let's check in scroll bar class, right? Let's check. Let's see, 100 is available or not. I think basically 100 is the size. Yeah, I think 100 is the limit for setting up the scroll bar. Maybe as you say, it might be a percentage if you say, but if I increase the frame, it should also increase overall. But it is not anything basically. So it's not in percentage, I believe. Only 100 is maximum you can set the range. Let's go to the next one maybe. Yeah, menu item. This one is interesting, which we use often in any case of any window which we create or have. We have seen that if you click one option, it will show multiple menu items, right? So the class name is same, menu item, but it includes many other things like containers, menu item, accessible. So all are included in the main class called menu. This is the example, and then we are adding frame and menu bar. So you can add multiple function. You can create a menu bar option in your window basically. So whatever we saw here is, I think we don't have any menu bar, right? You see, there is no menu bar, nothing is there, just white area is there. So we can create menu bar using menu bar class, which is already present inside this menu. Oh, here menu bar class MB, this is our object for the menu bar class, and menus for the menu class object. Just you can give any title. Instead of menu, you can give file or tools list, something like that. And you can create submenu. So these all menu options are coming from this menu item. Since this menu extends this menu item, so it has all the objects which can be used inside this one. So menu is one submenu. So here, what are the things we have to say is the frame which we have seen throughout all our AWT. Menu bar is new here. Menu is new. menu item is new. So menu will create a menu class, and then you can create submenu which is present inside this menu class basically. So you create that for that object also using this menu. Like basically, menu is one object, submenu is another object. What we are trying to do is creating a class copy which will act as a submenu. So in this case, both are same only, if you notice. But except the object name, it is different, and then the name which we are giving is different. And in the menu item, we are adding different items. So what are the items you want to add, you can create. This is also basically object creation for the class menu item. One is for menu bar, another one is for menu, another one is for submenu. And these are all the items which can be added to the menu class or the submenu class. So here you can see, like, if you want which one to be included in the main menu, which one to be included into submenu. So menu dot I1 will be added into the main menu. I2 also will be added to the main menu. I3 also will be added to the main menu. Then submenu dot add item. Item 4 will be added to submenu. Item 5 will be added to submenu. And so since it will be like two menu cards, menu list, and here what we are doing is menu dot add. We are doing is inside menu we are adding this submenu also, so that it will be also like kind of list inside a list, and the whole menu is added into menu bar. And this menu bar is set into the frame object, and then frame size, frame layout, frame 2. So this is how it will look. It will show menu. The menu bar is displayed here, and menu is shown here, and then submenu is here. Like basically, we are creating multiple classes object here, and then adding all them together into the frame, so that it will show us like a menu bar option for us to choose. So along with this, we can add event listeners or action listeners class, so that we can get what we are selecting, in the sense like what item we are choosing from the menu. Like once if the user is clicking in if you want to do development or something, then you can just like use options. Like say this is some file handling class or something like the first option will be open file, last one will be close file, and then save file, save as. So same way that will be there. So we can use multiple. It depends on what you want to create with this menu class. You can create submenu. Off submenu also you can create. So here we have submenu from the main menu, right? So if you want to add another submenu to this one, you just have to go here and create another menu class and give a menu object name, some name you can give, and then just where you want to add. You want to add into this submenus, add into last, then you can add. After that, there will be one item, it will be shown. Yes, maybe you can create a list of items which are inside one another. Like take 5 elements in first menu, then the last element should open up another 5. Then again another submenu will open up another 5. Maybe like create like 3 or 4 sets of submenu which will open inside each other. So this is to create how to create menu and submenu items inside the AWT, that is Abstract Window Toolkit. Another option which we can use is called pop menu. So it will just show us the menu in pops. Like when you click, or it will show. You can see the. So here basically it will just show us a pop-up window basically. Like if I click here, so you can see the pop-up, right? So same way here. So you can add action listeners class, and then like what we are selecting, we can just display or show that option. So how do we do that? So we, for everything when you want to read any action from user. Since it is considered as an event, we have to import event class from Java library, that is basically using awt.event. So all the event listener will be taken into consideration. And pop menu, this is our own class, and we are starting constructor with a frame and with a pop menu object for the pop menu class basically, and which will show us edit. So this is like editing one, so that's why they kept editing one. And item, what items you want to add, you can just create the item object. Like what it will do is like cut that certain command, this will work cut. This is for displaying basically whatever is written in double quotes will be uh, used for displaying in your window. But this is action basically. That is our object. If you see this is our object. The set action is selected in the sense it will show cut is a same way copy is one object and paste is another object. Same way we are just setting the action command for this one. It will just take this one as an input for whatever we are listening to the user's clicks, and add everything to the pop menu. So pop menu has nothing so far here, just a pop menu which will have editing of like its name is edit. And since we are adding everything to the pop menu, the cut will be added to the pop menu, copy will be added, paste will be added. Now the important thing is we want to know what the user is going to click. So how do we do that? We have to use mouse listener in this case, because we are going to click using mouse left click or right click. So here for the frame we are adding the mouse listener, and then we are like using this mouse adapter class or function basically. And what it will do is it will track, or it can identify where we are clicking. Since we have already set what is this item, right? So this will be taken or read by the program. That is like get xy where it is clicking. So from the menu, it will show us what we are clicking. So F is our frame, E.getX is our like height and width. So based on where we click, it will show us the output message. Here we are adding to the frame, everything to the frame here, nothing else here. Let's see how this one works. If we are able to create a pop menu which can show something. Hold a second. The class is pop menu example, right? There's nothing here, and just click. It just shows me the list of options available. If I click paste, nothing will happen because it is not doing anything. It just listens only. I didn't add any label here, right? So it is not showing me anything. If you see the program, we just added everything. Nothing we are displaying. We just identified where it is. Wherever we are clicking in the menu, it will show the pop menu. So pop menu dot show. F is in our frame and XY coordinates. So if I click here, it will show everywhere, wherever you want, you can click. Just click any click, it doesn't matter, it is left click or right click. This is pop menu example. Here we can also add sub menus or menu items. Like here we added menu item, right? that is one menu item. So you can add sub menu item inside this paste, and then like it will be like paste add something like that. So it will be like this menu paste another paste will have multiple options, like maybe like single paste or paste as numericals, paste as text. You might have seen in Word document it will show like paste as text or paste as numerical in Excel sheet. So that way we can create multiple options for this pop-up menu. Or you can just simply click, ask the user to click anywhere. So you can display some message here instead of showing menu. You can just display message. Let's go back. Let's see any other example they have given. Example not showing because we don't add any label class, right? So when you create a label class, only this one will come. Like where we have clicked, we have to add a label class and then keep the label match to here, and then we have to add that label to the frame. So then you can expect a similar result where we can show a pop-up menu where it when you click it will show this one where we clicked, what we clicked that way. Any doubts, any questions? Since these are all same concept, so it's almost repetition. Only thing you have to know is this class name, which is differing from each of the like options or each of the components basically. Yeah.
Sir, like, is it does the mouse listener distinguishes between left and right click?
Yeah, that is possible to add actually.
Okay, so means in this program means code, it will even if it is right or left.
Yeah. Whatever I click here, now I'm clicking left click, and this is basically right click.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter which click here, but we can specify which click we want to use. For that, we have to use the mouse event. There in that one there is function like is something like is mouse is right button click something. The option is available actually. I think is mouse. I think so. That is the option. Let me check. Is mouse right click. I think this is the function. Let's see it is there. I think I should use Java. Okay. It is the click mouse button. So is right click mouse button, and for middle also it is there. So we can specify which click we want. Then we can define inside this one. So here in the program, just like taking the mouse event, whatever is clicked, mouse clicked. I don't have middle button. Okay, I maybe I just try with middle one. Oh, this middle does not. I'm just using a laptop, so it doesn't work. I have only left and right clicks, so I just showed that only. You can specify if you want the user to left click or right click. Depends again. Depends on your tool or program where you want to left click or right click. Let's go back again. And then, yeah, this is for pop-up menu we will see. And then panel is one where we can create just a panel of same like what is that one? Canvas kind of thing actually. So instead of canvas where we can draw, here we can add our components into this panel basically. So a panel is the simplest container class in which an application can attach any other components, and it inherits container class, and it does not have a title bar. So panel is the class name. So panel object, frame object, panel boundaries, that is where we are starting, ending, height with all those things, panel color, which color of the background of the panel, and this is same usual one, which is like adding button to the panel. Instead of layout, we are adding button to the panel here. And one more thing which is extra here is like we are setting up a color for the buttons. So here we just saw still here only, but since we can add colors also, we can use this option. Then background will add your color for that button object, button component basically. And this is for the second button. So B1, B2 are our buttons. And in the panel, we are adding here. So if you add in the frame, it will be added to the frame. If you add into the panel, it will be added to the panel. Basically, what we are doing is we are adding or passing one object to the another object. Like this is object dot function, then another object or a parameter, you can tell. So we are sending this object parameter into this function. So it just adds to that, and then it will have. So basically, add will have some option to interpret along with it will check the size where it is, and then it will show us where we have defined in the size. So if you see here, if you it's like it is in the same size where we have mentioned as boundary 50, all those things. 40 is our panel boundary, that is it is starting to 40, and then it is 50 that buttons. One button is 50, sorry, 50 is X, 80 is our height and width, and 100 is the Y. So this is 100. From top it is 100, and this is 50 from this panel width. I guess, correct? Yeah, 50 from the panel. This is 50 and this is 50. So then you can set color this you saw, and then we are adding it to the panel and then setting layout, all those things. Just simple panel with buttons. Maybe you can, I don't know, you can create a calculator with the buttons and then add numbers, and then it will display me whatever operation I'm performing. Maybe simple calculator you can try with AWT. Let's see. Another one is dialog, which will just show you like a box kind of thing, nothing else. It is just simple box which is having a like dotted line in that one. So for this one, we need some option like to click or something. So we are using the event class to listen to that, and we are declaring dialog as a private variable. Sorry, object as a private variable. Private static dialog D. And this is our constructor for this our class, and then frame object. And here you can create multiple ways, right? You can use the object, as we know that we can declare class object equal to new and then function or the constructor of the class. So same thing here actually. First we have just declared the object. We are using that object for this class, and then we are defining what arrows it should have. It have the frame parameter, frame is the frame object, and the name, and true is for I think setting the dialog true always shown. And another one is set layout for the dialog class and where it should set. So there are multiple subclasses which is present in it. Even I don't know what else this flow layout does. I think it shows inside the dialog box. And this is the button. This is showing just button. Let's try to see how it works. So this is dialog. I'm not able to copy. Example, right? Okay. What? What did I do? Okay, spelling mistake. Okay, I just have to read in my file. It is dialogue. I just gave extra. I give dialogue. It shows. Okay, it just did I press outside or yeah? This is just disappearing box. That means it just pops up like help. So here, what is new is like the adding action performed, and this is the one. So we set the dialog boxes here. As I said, rules for showing up. And what we are doing is like when there is a click from the button, B is the button, and it is listening to the action which we are performing. With the button is clicked, what it's doing is like it is capturing the event. Okay, then it what is it? This dialog is set visible to false, so that it disappears. It will is true. Here, it is set as false. That is the thing. This dialog box. Sometimes you should like have a pop-up menu which you press OK continue or some instruction you want to give to the user. That way, you when you want, you can create this dialog box class and then show it to the user. Like to inform the user some instructions. I see listeners wants, but we'll see only this toolkit for this one. So tool list is something like where you can set a default or you can fix what is the size from that, like based on your window basically. So toolkit is the class name, and what we are creating is we are creating an object for toolkit, that is T, and this basically is a function which is present. Get default toolkit. So if you create just with toolkit, it will just give you normal one, but default toolkit values will give you what is your default values which is present inside that toolkit class. Like kind of default parameters which the user or the developer have added into this toolkit class. So it has many functions. One of the functions is scene resolution. We are getting scene resolution, and that one we are setting up to like dimension. Dimension one another class and dimension the object, and this is our function. This size we are setting it to an object, and it is just yes. So the resolution is 86 least resolution, and then width and height. This is 130, 1366 pixels into 768 pixels. So here you can do one more thing is like using the toolkit, you can create a button, but it does not do any change. But let's see how it works. Like the last one. I don't say. Oh, real toolkit example. What is the 5 errors toolkit dot default relay toolkit? That find symbol toolkit. Okay. Okay. There are so many errors. Let's see. Frame toolkit. Okay. Toolkit. Where is the class? Example I should give. No, this object is missing here. Now where I created toolkit object, right? Did I miss something? I should have kept this one. Let's see. Let's create an object for this toolkit. I'll give it toolkit query. Let's see, I'm not sure it works. Let's see. Let's keep it default.
Sir?
Yeah.
So actually we have a class from 3.
Okay. Then I'll stop here and we'll look the listener
Yes.
class and how to create other stuffs later. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.